All right, we are back to 39 Uncensored Studios, Politicking with Jaira and Larry Love, sponsored by Maxwell Mortgage Team, Jimmy P's Burgers More, My Florida Green, Becker Custom Builders, Alda's Diner, Ocean Glass Skin, and the guy we were just talking about, Patrick Dearborn. And that leads us to our guest, Mr. Greg Dodge, Naples City Lifestyle Magazine.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Man, why I'm not in your magazine?
How come Patrick
It's
gets all the
very
covers?
nice to meet you. Now that I know you, this is easy. We have not met before. I don't know how that is.
I know somebody in that circle has mentioned my name or something. I should have been featured in that magazine on the cover or something. Lord Jesus. Nah, man, I'm just joking.
No, we'll get you guys in there for sure.
Okay.
It's a community of...
Yeah, talk about the magazine.
Yeah, I mean, it's been around for 5 years. I've only owned it for 3.
Okay.
Things you might not know, there are 64 magazines in Collier County. I think it's the most densely populated magazine area in the country. And even if I tripled the size of my magazine, I would be the 4th largest magazine here. So, I mean, we have behemoths. Gulf Shore Life is the biggest privately owned magazine in the country.
Is it really?
400 plus pages, been around for 40 years.
Naples Illustrated.
6 offshore. Naples Illustrated, part of Palm Beach Publishing, big companies.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it. It's a beautiful place, nice people, average home. I mean, our magazine's a direct mail magazine, which makes it a little different. So we only go to the homes that are from Port Royal to Waterside shops west of 41. So all of Old Naples.
Mm-hmm.
We hit a few neighborhoods, but it's done by mail route. So it's just a little unique in that way. So, but that is the number 1 demographic in the country for that magazine. So our average home is just under $8 million.
Okay.
And we don't get delivered to a home that's under $2.5 million value.
That's
so
Larry's price range.
But oddly enough, if you're a luxury brand, that we're probably not the magazine for a luxury brand here in town because there's so many terrific outlets for that have been here for a long time. So when I got here, the niche I saw was independent business person that probably moved here from somewhere else because there's no one really to work for here, created their own job, independent contractor, and I decided that was the stories I wanted to tell.
Okay.
And that's the community I support.
How many times has Patrick Dearborn been on the cover? And why hasn't Larry Love been on the cover?
So Patrick has been on, wow.
Yeah.
It's scary to say. I think 3 or 4 times.
I will say that I see you guys everywhere and I see the magazine, but how I found out about it was through Patrick.
Yeah.
So Patrick has a little pull in this town, won't you say, Larry?
I think he had a little bit more than a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he carried some weight.
Patrick was one of those people I met, and the moment I met him, he was like, "How can I help you?"
And that's Patrick.
I just offered him up, and it's been just a tremendously generous time with him. He's terrific for me.
Yeah, no, big shout out to Patrick Dearborn. Everything he blesses, as I would like to say, goes big, and including our podcast. So, yeah, absolutely big shout out to Patrick Dearborn. I know Larry likes to hate on Pat, but we love Pat.
I never hate on Pat.
A little bit, but you
How?
hate
No,
on his face.
No, there's no hate in my DNA.
No, a friendly hate. Don't give me that look.
Frenemy.
I should be giving you that look. Get off your phone and stay engaged.
I'm always engaged, sir.
Tell us a bit about your background.
So I moved here from Philadelphia.
Eagle fan?
I am.
Sorry to hear.
Was you in the stands when they bombed Santa Claus?
I had not moved to Philadelphia at that point.
Oh, okay.
I was there for 20 years. But I've lived a lot of different places, so I never really had like the team growing up. I mean, I grew up in Baltimore, and the Colts left, went to Indianapolis, and so that childhood thing went away, and then I never was in one place very long.
Okay.
And then Philly for 20 years. But when you have a son, a sports addicted son in Philadelphia,
it happens.
It's called Bleeding Green,
Mm-hmm.
and my son bleeds green. So
let me ask you. I know Pat probably got it on his rapid fire or whatever, but I got to ask you right now. Geno's or Pat's?
They're both horrible.
That's what
horrible. Like the worst cut of meat you will ever eat in your life.
I've heard that. I heard they're like
glad you said
tourists.
that, right? They touristy, right?
Yeah.
But I was just in Philly. I was campaigning for President Trump. Man, I went to this one joint. It was down in the hood too. Man, they gave you, and I'm not even exaggerating, a Philly.
You probably went to Alessandro's.
That's been around for like 100 years or something.
So
right?
there's places that are, I mean, they're gigantic. But when you go to Gino's and Pat's, which is in the it's called South Philly.
Yeah.
And there's these two corners and they have these things. And the only way to eat that product is at 2, 3 in the morning when you literally can't speak anymore.
Okay, I got
They
you.
put one, this is a really funny story. They put one in the airport.
Yeah.
And I was there. I just happened to be there the first day they opened.
Hold on. What did they put in it? What,
Gino's.
Gino's?
They put
Oh,
a Gino's in
really?
the airport.
Oh, okay.
And I happened to be there the first day they opened, and my wife was like, "Man, that thing's gonna kill it." And I go, "It's not." I go, "Wait, you got to watch these people eat this thing, because without the booze, without being hungover, you cannot stomach this thing." So
Really?
and they're so proud of their heritage that they won't change the product to move into a better cut of meat.
Interesting.
I mean, it's
man.
Well, here's a question: is the worst cheesesteak place in Philly better than the best cheesesteak place in Naples?
you know, it's.
Is there a good cheesesteak place in Naples?
I don't eat cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
It's not a thing
Man.
I eat.
I promise you,
Mm-hmm.
this place I went to, man, they put like,
In Naples?
nah.
They're
When I was in
this-
Philly,
they're
they
this
put
big.
so much meat on that
They're
thing, man.
this big. Yeah.
I can only eat a quarter of it.
And your stomach probably still hurt.
Yeah, man, I was down for the count.
Yeah, it's a bad thing. Listen, there's a lot of good food in Philly.
You like to fight?
What's that?
Do you like to fight?
Fight?
Yes.
Do I like to fight?
Yes.
I'd never even been in a fight.
You know, because I know, man, them people in Philly they violent, man. They love to fight.
They're angry.
Yeah, Philly. I swear, man, they fight at the drop of a dime.
If you lived in Philly, wouldn't you
That's-
be angry as well? No
It's
disrespect.
it's an angry place.
They don't care how big you are, how small, man.
No, it's-
They be ready to fight.
Home of Rocky.
Yeah.
I always say I love Philadelphia and I love Philadelphians. I just don't like Eagles fans. They're just
don't either.
They're just a different breed.
They are.
of
really-
human being. Man.
It used to be the Cowboys, but I really just dislike the Eagles because of their fan base. Even though
It's an angry. It's an
They're very
angry,
cocky, too.
alcohol infused group
Yeah.
as a general. And I don't like to generalize. And I don't like
Sure.
to call people names, but
Right.
But I mean, my son would be like, "Can we go to like Sunday night football?" And I was like, "Not a chance in living hell would I go to an 8:00 game when they've been drinking since 7:00 with my teenage kid. I'm not even in a box."
There's
Not
only two
going.
stadiums I probably wouldn't go into wearing the opposing team's jersey, and that's the Black Hole when it was the Black Hole
Oh,
in
I've been there.
Philadelphia.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but would you wear the other team's jersey, Black Hole?
Listen. Now, I was really terrified going in the black hole.
I mean, people get killed in the Black Hole.
That thing is scary out there in Oakland. I mean, people already, they looking crazy with all the makeup, spikes, and they just be looking at you and like, I'm just almost like I'm in a library. I'm just quiet, trying to watch the game. I said, man, these people gonna kill me out here. Oh, no.
I've seen. I mean, I hate. I don't like talking poorly about Philadelphia. I really loved it. Was there for 20 years. I had a bunch of restaurants. I loved my time there. But you know, I've seen women be punched in the face for wearing a North Carolina Panthers jersey, and that's just a god on like
That sounds about right.
somebody said something about the team, and she decided it'd be great to get in a verbal argument with a Philly fan.
She didn't
And
know any
within
better.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
That's and I was like, I literally left the stadium. I was like, this place is just nuts.
You knew it was nuts when they bombed Santa Claus. Who bombed Santa Claus? Who want to hurt Santa? Like, everybody loves Santa. So if they did that to Santa, they'll do it to the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, and that's so. How do you get to Naples from Philly?
So I had restaurants. I closed them during COVID, which was
Okay.
really tough. Lawsuits, all kinds of stuff,
Mhm.
and I really just needed a really happy place. I wanted to be happy, and so one of the happy things in life for me is to walk on the beach or walk next to the beach a lot. So I kind of was going to move to Hermosa Beach, which I lived in before, or here. The trouble was finding a job here. And so when I came across the magazine, that's how I made my decision. And now I'm never leaving. I don't even really like to go outside of Collier County. I love it here. I love the people here. I love listening to stories.
Even the traffic? Well, you're from
Philadelphia, New York City, but
it's a different kind of traffic.
This is not congested. This is annoying, but it's not
It's
traffic.
annoying, yeah.
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just the infrastructure, the
they
town's
don't have
growing.
the infrastructure, yeah.
Hey, I got to get back to your son now. I'm about to get back to your son. I know your son love Allen Iverson.
Absolutely.
Because Philly, man, that man's a god, and he's a god in Philly.
He's matured nicely. When he was playing basketball or right after basketball, he had a horrific reputation.
He fit in with Philly.
Well, no, he was really.
You're not going to be able to go back to Philly.
He wasn't. He wasn't known as a very generous person. He wasn't known as a very kind person. He was he was a little privileged. He didn't act great. And in that town, they give a crap about that. But actually, when he fell on his face, lost all his money, and just really started being a good dude, humbled a little bit. He's so embraced right now. He's a magic man there.
Talking about practice. We sitting there talking about practice.
I knew you were going to say that. He was a heck of a high school quarterback too.
Safety
legendary.
Too.
They said he was on level as Michael Vick.
Unbelievable athlete.
So who is the best athlete, the best whatever to come through Philadelphia?
Rocky.
Who's the best athlete?
Yeah. Who do Philly fans just?
That's from Philly or played in Philly?
Played in Philly. Like just who they just.
I mean, Dr. J is always going to be, and he lived in Philly, and he was really big time. I mean,
he's the Steve.
He's been the 76ers for a long time. Iverson, you certainly say it. When you start going to the Phillies, you're looking at Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at Bryce Harper now. Huge fan base.
You got to put, even though he choked in big games, like McNabb's got to be.
Never. Never in a million years. Never in a million. That guy.
He only threw up
how fast he said that.
Also not an incredibly generous, kind dude.
Yo,
I mean, he just was not. I mean, he lives in Arizona now, and I think they like him there. But Philly's a tough place to be.
Yeah,
Philly's a tough place to be if nobody knows you.
Yeah,
you get a little known. It's just a tricky place to navigate sometimes. But it's a cool, big city. It has a lot to offer. It's
very historic.
It's fun. It's good people. They're normal people. The food's incredible. You have access to New York. I mean, I'm a fan of Philly. I really did.
Meek Mill or Beanie Siegel?
Neither.
What would you go with? No, just not a rap guy.
Certainly, I'm not either one of those rap guys. I mean, I like Biggie and Tupac.
No, I get that, but Philly.
Yeah, I didn't. If you played a song of his right now and I had to guess who would say that, I would not know.
Okay.
So.
I'd go Beans all day, though. Old school. Beans all day.
Over who?
Meek Mill. All day.
Oh, I mean, you got to look at the sound of Philadelphia. I mean, I think the #1 recording artist or label ever. Sound of Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they were talking in the 60s.
Bigger than Motown?
Yeah. Okay. Like bigger Motown. Like the Sound of Philadelphia is bigger than Motown.
Interesting.
From a record label. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Being a restaurateur, what are some of your favorite restaurants in Naples?
I'm pretty easy to please. I like things that are just executed really well.
Give me your top 5. What's in Greg Dodge's top 5?
Brick Tops is absolutely in my top 5.
Brick Tops is a great restaurant.
It just executes really, really well. Again, Cap Grill executes really, really well. The #1 restaurant for food in an expert way is Sales. It's not. There's really not a close second.
Interesting.
That La Colonial nailed it, but I also like that food choice. I like that food.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, I mean, Del Mar is my place that I hang out the most. I probably have lunch at the French 4 days a week.
French is great.
The French.
French
I
is
probably
really
have, I love those guys at
Tulia,
Tulia, and I
yeah.
just love them. But everyone treats me so well. I actually am launching a SEO builder called Top of Naples, which is to start with my top 5, top 10 of 65 categories, and I did 30 different restaurant categories,
I like
and
that. Like that.
and then people can get involved if they want. So it's a way to, like, if you Google something, that's an algorithm that somebody manages in India. Like, they don't know Naples. So I wanted to do a very local top 5, top 10 list of everything here. I partnered with a guy named Jeev Trika. You know Rebecca Sinatra? Okay.
I know exactly.
So Jeev and I put it together, and we're launching it next month. And
interesting.
yeah, I'll send it over to you guys.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. No,
I love
he did a
top 5
fantastic
lists,
job. Yeah. So
yeah, Jeeves had quite a wedding too. I mean, I think he had 3 in 1. Right? I mean, heck of a party. But okay, that's interesting. Where would you rate like Ocean Prime? Because Ocean Prime to me,
I go there a lot.
Yeah.
So Ocean Prime is the place where you go to see people when the rest of the town is slow, and our town can get slow sometimes. So it's the one that's always busy.
yeah.
The staff is experts.
Well, see, like to me, because ran restaurants for a long time, and 3 categories I look for: ambiance, food, and service. And Ocean Prime nails all 3 of those.
So in my technical restaurant term, I call that the value equation. So when you go somewhere, no matter what the cost of it is, so the food, the ambiance, the service, but the value equation is when you sign that check, that you're signing in a way that you go, worth it, can't wait to come back, can't wait to bring my friends, right? So there are some restaurants here, and I'm being in the business for so long and dining out probably 5 or 6 times a week. I'll call myself an expert check signer. So when I sign check, I very rarely get price, like where price becomes something I go, ooh,
Yeah, right.
like that didn't feel like that. Like that $400, what we just had, did not feel like $400 because. And I find that with one of the new restaurants here, which I was really hoping to love, but I get that at Lola 41. Like I sign that check, and every single time I go, wow, that just seems like a lot for what we just did. And I've never felt that way at Ocean Prime or Del Mar or Tulia or any place. And look, the number when you go to sales is a big number, but I always feel it's an expert experience.
Oh, Larry, you go every Sunday.
Stop, man. Yeah.
You guys are getting an awesome restaurant just here in the center. So Astia is from Philadelphia, and it's one of my favorite restaurants in Philadelphia. And it's you ever been to Milos in Miami or Mediterranean where they have the whole fish and all that stuff? They've got, you go up, you pick your fish, they grill it, and they got zucchini chips that are just to die for. And their Greek salad's my favorite Greek salad I've ever had. So you're winning. Just go over there and have lunch.
One day I'll be able to.
Yeah.
One day.
What's one restaurant that people may not kind of know about, but as a restaurant you go to and you're like, wow, you get the value, you get the service. It doesn't have to be a fine dining place.
The one that it's just off the big box radar because it's just a smaller family-owned restaurant, but I think it's our local favorite is one of them has to be Molto. And I think the lasagna at Molto is about as good as anything I've ever had.
Okay.
A new restaurant that opened about 2 years ago that had a little closing because of the hurricane, but Nosh.
Love Nosh.
Yeah, Nosh is good.
I mean, he's a terrific chef, good guy. Been in the business for a long time. He has a lot of expertise. I mean, he just has all the chef expertise you could want. It's a shame. Beach was always one of my favorite concepts.
That was great.
They used to have, I think they had like 8 or 10 across the country, but
sure.
I love the one in Palm Beach. They love the one, they had 2 in New York. They had down here. But those recipes and that old school Italian is still excellent. It's just a little tired. The restaurant's a little tired, and we've all probably been there a lot. And it's just love to see that have another second coming of it. But
one restaurant that I thought was at the top for a very long time. It's hard to be sustainable, especially in Naples. You got so many new places, but it was for a long time. But I don't think they hit the mark anymore, especially their prices have doubled, which, obviously prices have gone up. But Campiello's, I thought Campiello's used to be one of the best restaurants in Naples, and last time I went, not up to par.
Well, I've heard that a lot. I'm a big fan and go quite often, but I'm not going there to dine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going there to get my pepperoni stracciatella pizza that I think is one of the best in town, and like a couple drinks and kind of mingle. You know what I mean? Like, I know exactly at each restaurant what I'm ordering, and I'm not sitting around there going, "What's the fish of the day?" Like, that's not what I'm doing at these restaurants.
Never order the catch of the day or the special at a restaurant. Fun fact.
Why? I need to know this because
it's the leftover stuff they're trying to get rid of.
Not
necessarily.
I can't see that at sales.
Not always.
Not always, but
Sunday. Be wary of Sunday bouillabaisse.
Yeah.
but usually Fridays and Saturdays,
obviously,
the fish is coming in.
Sales is a different level. I'm saying at your regular restaurant, if it's a special, usually it's something that they're trying to push.
Or they only got a couple pounds of it, and they got to get rid of it. And in the restaurant I ran in Philly, we actually had a guy. They had this service where they caught tuna in Hawaii. It was actually called the Hawaiian Fish Company, and you'd literally be talking to the captain on the boat, what they caught. The next day, they would FedEx it to your restaurant, so you're eating fish that's 2 days old. The normal fish we get at a grocery store is almost 6 to 7 days old.
So I want to ask you your favorite sushi place. There was a sushi place. He still has Fuji, but Araya Sushi. There was days he would get fish in the morning and then have it there for dinner. That was the absolute best sushi place in Naples. Yep. Fuji is good too, which is his first restaurant. Also, big shout out to why am I drawing a blank now? Asian Zen Barbecue.
Have you ever been to a fish market, like an actual fish market, like in New York or anywhere like that? I mean, that fish was caught 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Right. That's just at the market before it even gets to the grocery store. So that was on a boat. Got off the boat, got processed that day or next day, was put on a truck. The truck went to the fish market.
Stuff that would get caught on the boat,
and then it's got to go somewhere else, be processed and packaged, the whole thing. So I think restaurant fish game has really changed, and they're getting it fresher and fresher all the time.
Best sushi in Naples,
the one across the street, Namba.
Yeah, Namba's that's Blake's favorite spot.
Yeah, I mean but. We're gonna get some really good sushi.
Yeah, good.
It's the category that the big developers here now. It's the category they know they want to fit.
I said that when we were going down 5th and 3rd, use a really good sushi spot.
And they're supposed to have 5 restaurants at Four Seasons. Now, nobody has shared what it is, but that's one. And the new Perry Hotel, they have an Asian chef, and I think they're gonna have some sushi. They have a beautiful restaurant on the roof.
Okay.
It overlooks all of Clam Pass, all the way down to Kalia Bay. Have you seen this thing yet?
I have not. No.
It's beautiful. I'll show you the roof deck. It's absolutely stunning. And Matt Azambino, who used to be at the Bayfront Inn, is now the new GM there. That's the view.
That's like Kalia Bay view. Yeah,
that's Kalia, and here's the video from that's the pool down there, and that's Clam Pass.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then real quick before, Larry, you know where you're going to take me for my birthday? My favorite restaurant in Naples is Trulux.
Love.
I think I probably can afford that. I can afford that.
We went there for stone crabs the other day. But my favorite dish there is they have a seared tuna with a miso glaze.
That sounds good.
With mashed potatoes. It's really good, man. And those rolls.
Yeah.
Listen, everything you said, I believe you.
I like food.
I can tell. I can tell you like food. You're not a skinny guy.
You eat good.
I like food.
Never trust a skinny foodie or a skinny chef.
Yeah, I don't believe in skinny chefs.
And real quick, for a chain restaurant, I guess Ocean Prime. For a chain restaurant, what would be your favorite?
McDonald's.
I don't eat.
I know. I'm just saying, if there's one chain, because like Bonefish down at Bayfront, used to be pretty good for a chain.
Again, it's all. I mean, kind of they're all chain. I mean, look,
I know
Del Mar and Ocean Prime are chains.
I'm talking about like a big, national chain. Is there one
I'll say Capitol Grill. I mean, I've already said it.
Capitol Grill, yeah. I think it's time for dinner at Capitol Grill again.
Yeah, we got to call up the boys.
I get those. They have the sliders at the bar for $5. The fillet. It's the tail of the fillet, and they give you for $5 each. They give you this fillet slider. It's on the menu. It's amazing.
Well, Blake said he wants to sponsor the next dinner, so maybe Capitol Grill.
I'm getting a Wagyu.
Well, let everyone know how they can find your magazine.
Yeah, I mean, it's citylifestyle.com/Naples. You can check everything I do for events on naplessocialclub.org.
Or follow Patrick Dearborn because he does a heck of a job promoting you. I don't know.
Patrick is awesome that way, and I have a lot of great support. And we throw 6 to 8 networking events a month, and I really see my job as just getting the human beings together so that they can be friends. And I stand out front and say hi to everybody so they have a nice person to meet. But really, they walk in the room, their face lights up, and they see everybody, and that's what it's about.
You always make me feel welcome. And how does Pat Jarrett and Larry Love get into the magazine? Can that happen?
I have to find a special enough issue to put you in.
Listen, man, I'm going on the cover. Listen, I already got it. You're gonna have a special edition.
Need a special edition.
Ladies edition.
Oh, we'll put you. There is a ladies edition.
That's the one I'm
May.
May.
Can't be on the cover, but you can be.
That's perfect
be in it
because I'm gonna do a real nice article for you in reference to the mothers.
Consider it done.
Yes. Because I'm a writer and I love to write.
Well, I don't write.
Why is your writing so
I don't write any of my.
You're crazy. I can really write.
We really don't write. We let people write their own content for 2 reasons. One, we want it to be a reflection of what they really want to talk about, and I also don't want to get the call that somehow we screwed up what they were trying to convey.
Okay.
So convey as long as it stays within the confines of what the magazine.
Oh, he might get your shit shut down.
Well,
I don't want him writing.
It's a nice Christian-based magazine.
Yeah.
I'll give you a whole list of things you can't say.
Don't listen to him, man. Listen, I got you for the month of May.
Done.
It's like I got sunshine in the month of May. But no, because I really love, because I'm a true mama's boy. So like I always talk about my mother and all the goodness she'd have done for me, even the butt whoopings I received. But I just that's
a lost art.
Yeah, it is a lost art. That's why these kids so bad now. Art. These kids so crazy now. But I like to.
They're not afraid of their parents. They can call the police on you. He yelled at me. Yeah, I couldn't agree anymore. It shocks the heck out of me.
Yeah, I never be afraid of my child, and my child will never talk back. None of that. I just zero.
Anyone ever tell you look like Jason Bateman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
You do.
I'll take it. Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna get that set up for May. I do a special Mothers Ladies edition.
That's gonna be fun.
Uplift the ladies, all the mothers.
I'll take a picture of you. Patrick will put himself in the picture.
Patrick's gotta be in the picture.
No, just telling them about just giving references from my mother was a single mother. She raised 4 kids on her own. Just
you can write as a love letter. Encouraged. Just write a love letter to your mom.
You read my stuff. Don't act like that.
I put my mom on the cover last year.
See, that's dope. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, look at this.
How come you don't lift me up? You just knock me down.
Tough love, baby.
Okay.
Get your stuff together.
Fair enough. I'm trying. One day at a time.
If I didn't love you, I wouldn't do it.
That's my mom in the middle.
Oh, man. See, now that's so dope.
She's 85.
85 years young.
Down here, Naples?
Sarasota. Lakewood Ranch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
It was fun.
Beautiful job.
Thanks.
Yeah, beautiful. Your covers are top notch. Magazine's top notch, and we appreciate you coming on. Always appreciate you.
I appreciate Naples having such wonderful people.
Event? When's the next event?
Tonight we are relaunching Dusk at the Ritz-Carlton, and then we have the launch party for the December issue at Sofra at the Ritz-Carlton on the 25th.
25th.
Dear boy, been trying to get me to come out to
NaplesSocialClub.org, and then go to events, and all my events are in there, and you guys are my guests.
Thank you.
Come and do it.
Appreciate it, sir.
Nice.
Pleasure to have you on.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Thank
boys.
you.